Hi everyone, this is Guideauxpelagos at the station today, visiting a second wife of my father who had her 89th birthday. So even though she actually doesn't really want to live anymore, she keeps on going. It's like an old diesel. So I'm gonna visit her today, and yeah, a lot of stuff happened, guys. I sold the house. The house has been sold. Now, first, the buyers have to come up with the money to get the mortgage done by the bank. I think they will be able to, because supposedly they already had a talk with the bank, and they had a talk with my realtor for a second opinion, and it seemed that everything was okay. So that's a good thing. Let me just pause it, because there's a lot of people trying to find out what I'm doing here. Alright. So I'm a little bit further down the station. I don't know what it is. You start filming, you start vlogging, and all the people start reacting like they've never seen a vlogger before. It's like, just walk on. You know, Austin, you got it easy, man. If you're in Tokyo, you just stand and you just start walking and talking. Everybody just passes you by. Nobody looks at you. If you do this in Holland, half of them try to be in the picture, go like, ah, and the other half looks at you like, oh, he's a stupid vlogger. Anyway. So yeah, I sold the house. I'm still living there probably till mid-December, and then I have to get a camper within 2 to 3 weeks, and I will start driving in January, which is going to be interesting. Look, more people look that I'm vlogging. So yeah, so end of December, I hope to get my my camper and start driving. It's going to be such an adventure. I never been on a campsite before, so. And I'm gonna live in one, and after a year I have got to find myself a new home, new job. It's gonna be epic. Well, at least I was able to sell the house for a decent price, which means that I can pay up my mortgage, I can buy a camper, and I can go out traveling for a year and have a little bit of money left to start a new life when I come back, because I don't want to be broke coming back in Holland, because living here is impossible. So probably not going to end up back in Holland anyway. Something else. Yeah, so I was thinking, what kind of watches do I bring with me? This is the most important question, right? You go travel for a year, you sell the house, you go live in a camper, you don't have any direction, no route, no nothing. But the most important question is, what watch am I going to bring with me on this travel? Well, a lot of people said just bring the Pelagos, and as much as I want that, because the Pelagos of course is the watch for the channel, I don't think that's a good idea. Simply because if people would know me from the channel, see me drive or whatever, it will be known that I'm walking around with a $2,500, $3,000 watch alone in a camper somewhere in the southern or eastern Europe. I just don't think it's valid a pena. I don't think it's worth it. So I decided to bring other watches with me. But I thought, you know, if I'm gonna sell the house, make a bit of profit, I'm gonna buy myself a watch for on the road. Now my friends who know me and know that I have got loads of watches, they won't understand this, but you guys do. You know how this works, right? So I decided to buy a new watch for the road. Now initially I thought to go around East Asia, and that would mean getting a Breitling Emergency 2 watch, but those are $15,000, and not wanting to walk around with a $3,000 watch and then start walking around with a $15,000 watch is kind of insane, because your rescue watch might get you killed. Okay, hi, there I am again. Let's do it like this. So what happened? I more or less spilled the beans about the watch that I bought, and I bought a watch for the channel for me to go on the road with. Now there's a lot of people who are not going to be happy with that choice, because it's not a Rolex. It might not even be an automatic watch. But I need something to rely on, something to truly rely on. And I spent weeks looking for this watch. I even went looking for brands like Festina. I went Citizen, Seiko. I tried everything to find out. Steinhardt. I tried all kinds of watches to find out the watch that I needed, and at the end of the day I ended up with a watch that I thought I'd never buy, because I bought another version of that watch and I'm not going to say anything else, otherwise people will know what I'm talking about. But yeah, this watch actually will do everything I want it to do. It has one or two functions that not many watches have, and one of the most important things... Oh look, there's somebody else watching. Look, you want to be on TV, man? Look, there you are. Idiot. So anyway, what was it talking about? This is what happens in Holland when you start vlogging in Holland. Everybody watches you and they look at you like they see water burning. And you go like, what's going on? What's wrong? So anyway, yeah, so I looked at many watches, and there was, at the end I chose one watch, and that one watch I thought I'd never get, because I thought it was a very ugly watch. But that's for another video, because I realized that a lot of things we buy and we do in life, we teach ourselves to like something. And this watch, as much as I really didn't like it, the more I was looking at it, and when I was watching videos about it, now I'm like, dude, why didn't I have that watch for fucking years already? So there you go. It's gonna be an unboxing. It's gonna be other stuff coming on. Travel plans maybe. But there we go. That's my location for today. Hope to see you soon. Just a quick update, guys. Stay tuned. Let me know if you got a place for me to stay if I'm on the road. And if you live in Europe and you have your nice location not very near to your house, but you know the most beautiful parts of your own province or country or region, let me know, because I'll pick you up. We'll both go sitting in the camper and we'll drive to where you think it is, and we can just stay there for a few days. So I'll be the driver and the transport, and you'll be the guide. We'll make some videos for the channel. Who knows? Stay tuned and don't be shy. Of course, send all your emails to Guideauxpelagos@gmail.com. Guido is D-E-A-U-X, which I'm probably going to change back to D-E-A-U-A-X. That wasn't right. Soon. Otherwise, leave a comment and I'll see you soon. Okay guys, ciao, bye. Okay, there I am again. What I did wasn't very smart. I was making a video about 2.5 hours ago, and I was just stalking and doing all kinds of stuff, and then I noticed, oh, it isn't recording. Very nice. So yeah, I actually that's why I'm gonna get a real camera. Stop filming with my phone. But then again, I almost spilled the beans on which watch I was gonna buy for the channel. And yeah, it has two functions that I really wanted on there. And if it doesn't have that function, I really didn't want it. But if I tell you which two functions it is, there's only like 2 watches to choose from in the whole world. So a lot of you probably will be disappointed if they see which watch I got. So there's an unboxing coming. And the others will just go like, yeah, I can understand that. So yeah. Oh, and there's something else that I want to talk about. What the hell is wrong with the Grand Seiko lovers? I wanted to make a separate video of this, but you know what? I'll just put it in one video. What is up with the Grand Seiko? If I'm on Facebook now, I used to go to the Grand Seiko Facebook page, the Grand Seiko's ownership page or something, and they're really great guys just talking watches, showing their Grand Seikos and having a bit of a stab at Rolex once in a while. All fun, all in good fun. But now, a lot of the owners of Grand Seiko come across as spoiled children, spoiled child. They got everything and they got a Grand Seiko, and now suddenly they are the best, kind of a way of thinking. I've seen this happen. For example, there is only one brand that always says the first, right? It's Rolex. I bought my first Rolex, which is Rolex brainwashing marketing, and it worked on every Rolex fanboy. They always say my first Rolex. It's like it's your first kiss or something. a first is always something abstract. In a sense, it's always abstract. My first watch, but not my first Rolex. That doesn't make any sense. And now people on the Grand Seiko page are going like, I bought my first Grand Seiko! My first Grand Seiko! Grand Seiko, everyday day, king! And I'm like, dude, you buy a Rolex for others, you buy a Grand Seiko for yourself. So, just starting out shouting, my first GS. So, and I said it before, if people ask me what is the thing I hate most about Rolex, is people saying my first Rolex. It just makes me want to puke. It sounds like you're going to buy another one tomorrow, or that one was just is enough, or once you go Rolex, you only buy Rolex, or any of that kind of shit. So, yeah. My first, you buy a Rolex, the Rolex you like. You buy a great watch or whatever, but my first Rolex, it's so egotistical. It's narcissism over narcissism. My first Rolex. So when people from Grand Seiko start saying, I bought my first Grand Seiko, I'm like, dude, don't become a Rolex marketing fanboy. Don't say this. Don't pull the brand down to the level that people who buy Grand Seikos are going to say, I bought my first Grand Seiko. Because you look like an idiot. You look like a snob. And more and more and more. I see it now on the Grand Seiko page every day. Look at my new first Grand Seiko Godzilla. Are you going to buy another Godzilla Seiko? Grand Seiko? You bought the Grand Seiko. I know. It's a bit of a brain fart for me, and a bit of a push button thing for me, but I just can't help it. When people say my first, nobody who buys a Breitling says I bought my first Breitling, unless they say I bought my first Breitling in 1985. Nobody says I bought my first Patek or I bought my first Omega. Now, only with Rolex. Grand Seiko, which is in finishing and in so many ways far superior than Rolex, wants to be kind of like the adopted little brother next to Tudor. I really don't get it. But then again, that's just my rant, right? So, Grand Seiko owners, stop becoming freaking snobs. Because the brand is going great. The brand is actually moving so fast that in a few years' time, many watch brands will have to really be careful for Grand Seiko taking over their piece of the market. But if the Grand Seiko owners are gonna behave like spoiled little Rolex children, worse than Rolex people normally are, I might want to sell my SBGX 115. Alright guys, let's talk about something else too. Okay guys, that was about it. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon for another video with more information about the upcoming trips. Don't forget to send me some mail if you want to talk about something and you want to offer your parking place next to your house so I can just stand there for a few days in Europe somewhere. Let me know. See you soon. Chatty bye.